Brought to you by Penguin.
The Looking-Glass War by John le Carré. Read by Prasanna Puwanaraja. To James Kennaway. I wouldn't mind being a pawn, if only I might join. Alice. The carrying of a very heavy weight, such as a large suitcase or trunk, immediately before sending practice, renders the muscles of the forearm, wrist, and fingers too insensitive to produce good Morse. F. Tate's Complete Morse Instructor, Pitman. Part 1. Taylor's Run. A fool lies here who tried to hustle the East. Kipling. 1. Snow covered the airfield. It had come from the north, in the mist, driven by the night wind, smelling of the sea. There it would stay all winter, threadbare on the grey earth, an icy, sharp dust, not thawing and freezing, but static like a year without seasons. The changing mist, like the smoke of war, would hang over it, swallow up now a hangar, now the radar hut, now the machines. Release them piece by piece, drained of colour, black carrion on a white desert. It was a scene of no depth, no recession, and no shadows. The land was one with the sky. Figures and buildings locked in the cold like bodies in an ice floe. Beyond the airfield there was nothing. No house, no hill, no road, not even a fence, a tree. Only the sky pressing on the dunes, the running fog that lifted on the muddy Baltic shore. Somewhere inland were the mountains. A group of children in school caps had gathered at the long observation window, chatting in German. Some wore ski clothes. Taylor gazed dully past them, holding a glass in his gloved hand. A boy turned round and stared at him, blushed, and whispered to the other children. They fell silent. He looked at his watch, making a wide arc with his arm, partly to free the sleeve of his overcoat and partly because it was his style. A military man, he wished you to say, decent regiment, decent club, knocked around in the war. 3:50. The plane was an hour late. They would have to announce the reason soon over the loudspeaker. He wondered what they would say. Delayed by fog, perhaps. Delayed takeoff. They probably didn't even know. And they certainly would not admit that she was 200 miles off course and south of Rostock. He finished his drink, turned to get rid of the empty glass. He had to admit that some of these foreign hooches, drunk in their own country, weren't at all bad. On the spot, with a couple of hours to kill and 10 degrees of frost the other side of the window, you could do a lot worse than Steinheger. He'd make them order it at the Alias Club when he got back. Cause quite a stir. The loudspeaker was humming. It blared suddenly, faded out, and began again, properly tuned. The children stared expectantly at it. First the announcement in Finnish, then in Swedish, now in English. Northern Air Services regretted the delay to their charter flight 290 from Düsseldorf. No hint of how long, no hint of why. They probably didn't know themselves. But Taylor knew. He wondered what would happen if he sauntered over to that pert little hostess in the glass box and told her. 290 will be a bit of time yet, my dear. She's been blown off course by heavy northerly gales over the Baltic, bearings all to Hades. The girl wouldn't believe him, of course. She'd think he was a crank. Later she'd know better. She'd realize he was something.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?